Now we're going to start section 4.3 on normal distributions. How do you specify a normal distribution? Well, to specify a normal distribution, that means to give its mean and its standard deviation. Then the probability density function is given by this formula here. Let's look at some examples. This is an example where the mean is 7 and the standard deviation is 2. So notice the standard deviation pictorially is this distance here. It kind of measures how compact our little, how close together the bell of the curve is. This guy here has mean 3 and standard deviation 0.75, so notice that's a much smaller standard deviation, so the bell is thinner. Over here, this has mean -2 and standard deviation 1. And this guy has mean 0 and standard deviation 1. In other words, this guy right here, this is the standard normal distribution Z. Do we need to add more charts in order to calculate probabilities having to do with these general normal distributions? Luckily, no, we don't. The idea is that we can turn a statement such as the probability that x is less than x into probability that z is less than something. To see how to do this, let's start with this over here. So over here, we have a pictorial representation of the probability that x is less than x. In other words, we're trying to compute this area. Well, we can shift this so that the mean is 0. In other words, so that the top of this bell is centered at 0. And then when we do that, we have to use the minus mu here and minus mu here. And then we need to scale so that we have the standard deviation of 1. Then you get this. So notice here, this is just the standard normal distribution Z. So in other words, our rule is that if x is a normal random variable with mean mu and standard deviation sigma, then the probability that x is less than little x is the probability that z is less than little x minus mu over sigma. And remember, in this case, this is our z-score.